Hey everyone, we're back in. And my microphone cut off, so we're going to be voiceovering this episode. Um, I think I was talking about how I was feeling fairly okay that the only ones we hadn't two-starred were the Cheese Ball College and the Magic College. All the other ones have gotten 2 stars so far, including Peverly Ruins, and Peverly Ruins has been my favorite so far at this point. Just the visuals and the dynamics of it. I love the idea of the dig sites and stuff, so that was cool. But this episode, we're going over to Upper Etching, turn plain old students into charismatic money-making stars for Bungle Records. So basically a music school, which is nice. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that my mic, I don't know if I accidentally turned it off or what, but this means that the 3 other episodes I recorded tonight also do not have any audio, so that's going to be so much fun for me. I'm loving the vibe of this kind of like plazas and just inner city kind of college. Coming up, there's like an outdoor amphitheater, which is awesome looking. I'm a fan. I think that's really cool. Unfortunately, it is not included in the gameplay. It's just for aesthetics. So we're starting out with Welcome to Upper Etching, the city's arts district where broke students and swanky executives coexist with no hint of irony. The campus was founded by well-meaning artsy types who don't believe in charging their students. However, music industry giants Bungle Records are always eager to pay for the next big thing. If we're going to make it in show business, we'll need to produce as much talent as possible. And we have musicality and countercultural studies. This caught me off guard, this campus level. So we're not going to be making any money off of we're no tuition fees, period. You know, our money comes from when our students level up, doing homework, going to the library, during class, we get a bonus from the recording agency. So we're not making a flat amount of tuition fees each time. It's really, can we level these kids up quickly, and how often are we leveling them up to get money? Which, is not very reliable. I want to say, maybe that's not the right word. Like, it's not steady. Like, it can come and go. It depends on how often you have classes, right? Because if you don't have a class a month, you're not making any money. You gotta, unless they're going to the library or something. But you're really making your money during the classroom times, which is interesting. So what are we doing here? Alright, so we gotta start out by hiring a janitor and getting our our student union to level 6, which we started out with a student union, which is really nice. But there's junk everywhere because apparently people are partying here or whatever. So, we gotta get rid of all these broken stools, broken bars. Like, they absolutely trashed the place. And unfortunately, they don't sell for anything, so you just get rid of them. Like, if you see, they sell for $0, which is disappointing, but it does increase. I think it gets to like a level 5 just by getting rid of all this junk in here, which is cool. But that's one less room I have to build, so that's awesome. So let's see what. I kind of forgot how this went. At some point, I accidentally sell one of those benches out there because I assumed everything out there outside of the student union was broken as well. But now those benches are actually just fine. So I sold one of them when I could have just used it. I figured it out on the second click. I was like, oh, this is not broken. So we're going to add in a bunch of tables to our union. That way a lot of people can come in and chill and get some entertainment from it. Not quite sure what I'm doing here. Just place it, Justin. Just place it. There we go. I think I throw in six of these. And yeah, 6. And then I add in, I think, dance floors in front of the concert place. And now just go ahead and hire a janitor. We want one. So the security and upgrades are the only ones where they actually have to have the upgrade. to do the task. The others are just like improved speed, so you might as well just get one that um, can do double functions. They can clean, they can do maintenance, and then they have the skill for upgrades. Because if they don't have the skill for upgrades, they can't do it. But the skills for maintenance and skills for speed, those are just speed things. They can still do it without it, which is nice. And grabbing us an assistant for the student union. And at some point, I start adding in a bunch of stuff in here. Let's see. Yeah, dance floors in front of the concert venue. I kind of wish this game had a bit of a grid that you can, work on, because I wanted these to be centered, but it's fine. We'll make it look nice without it. Add in a dartboard over there in the corner for some fun. Hand sanitizers, some bins. What else do I throw in here? Oh, I throw in some food and drink vending machines. Because I think they can only get drinks from the bar, if I remember correctly. Oh, and some arcade stuff. That way they can have more entertainment in this room. That's a reminder, next time I play this and record an episode, I should probably throw some of those into the hallways. That way there's entertainment other places. Yeah, here's the vending machines. So I think I put the food on the left hand side and drinks on the right. I tried to get them all 4 laid out on this wall, but they didn't all fit, so I just did 2 and 2 to keep it somewhat symmetrical. Yeah, see, it intersects with the opening to the bar, so I just moved I think that's the pulpitation machine over to next to the whatever that purple one is. I don't think I put any posters in here yet, because it was already up to a level 9, I think is what that said. So at this point, they're just telling us some more stuff to do. Yeah. Yeah, la-di-da-di-da. Yeah, and here's where I found out that, we're not making any money from tuition. It's all from when they level up, which I was kind of like, what is going on here at first? Like, when this came up, I was like, what is this? So the campus doesn't believe in charging its students. We won't receive tuition fees, rent, or an XP bonus. And then, they'll pay us when the students level up, and it's actually a $2,000, bonus. And yeah, we're just really trying to get our XP up from these students this go around, which is interesting. I like how it changes up the gameplay. Each one's different, and I think this was a very interesting dynamic to do. So we need to build a gym, a lecture theater, a recording studio, and hire a countercultural studies teacher and a musicality teacher. Let's see, what did I start with? I think I started with the recording studio. Or no, lecture theater. I put in the lecture theater first, and I put it up to the right-hand side of this door here, butting up against the back of the student union. And that's where I sold the bench accidentally. And then I realized, oh, these are still good benches. So let's just move them around against the walls instead of selling them like a dummy. Let's go lay out the room for the lecture theater, and I'm just going to use this whole space, give it one extra tile, and plop that one down right there. Yes, right there. And then the seating on the opposite wall as usual. And I plop in surround sound speakers and 1 auto cue. And of course, a pen and hand sanitizer. And I don't think I put a whiteboard in here, because it doesn't. It's just the whiteboard is just for aesthetics in the lecture room, lecture theater. And our temperature is fine. I was double checking. Yeah. See, and I always forget that the whiteboard doesn't do it, and I think the science lab, the whiteboard adds learning power, but not in this one. You're just chucking that auto cue in, because I think it was like 4% extra learning power, I think. And then the surround sound speakers add in, I can't read that number because it's a little bit small on the screen right now, but they add in a percentage each one as well. Um, so let's see. We're gonna add in a window there. Did I keep? No, I don't think I put in a window. I didn't keep the window. No, I decided not to. And I think that was it. Yeah, we just built that one, and then the recording studio. I lined this up for an upgrade, but I canceled it actually while we were getting all our stuff laid out. But I do upgrade it later. I needed a little bit of extra money at first. On the right hand side, we're going to put in a bathroom and shower room. Below the lecture theater, we're going to put the recording studio in. So it's going to be this spot here coming up. Nope. This is me trying to figure out how much space do I need. And that's when I was like, oh, we can put up a bathroom and a shower there. That's fine. So I wind up putting it here, and I extend out the little notch right there. I extend the room a little bit just to make the most use of that space. So putting in a door. I forget what this stuff was called because this is the first time using the recording studio stuff. But basically, it's a bunch of instruments. There's a vocal recordings booth, which is pretty cool, that I put in here as well. I think this is when I extend it. No, I pop this over here, then I extend the room out because I want some more space. And all these things are assignment tasks, and plus they give extra learning power when they're in room, which is nice because the big part of this was students leveling up and getting money from it. Just moving a bench up against there, and there we go, extending it out. So the entry to the student union is kind of shunted to the side off the main hallway a bit, which is nice. And there's a sound mixer, like a piano forte. There's that vocal booth, and whatever the tramborgan or something. It's like a bunch of horns or something. I don't know. It was really interesting. So I'm junking that there. That's the piano. And I'll put that over here to make use of most of my space. A lot of people line up for that one. They really want to use that. I don't have lines for anything else, but that one, there's always like 2 or 3 people waiting to use it. And at some point, I'm going to add in another one. But this room's already pretty tight. A lot of these classrooms, you really, the minimum size is not going to cut it. You really got to go bigger. Go bigger, go home if you want a high level classroom, because you'll see it with the gym. There's so much stuff to put in the gym, and if you want a high level gym, you got to have all of that stuff, and it's got to be big. So here, I think I am adding in a gym now. Is that what I'm doing? Yeah, we're gonna put it in the upper left corner, bring it out all the way to that door, and drag it down 4 squares, I think. No, 3. It's just 3. Okay, we're gonna put the door there. And I think I put everything in here except for the high jump and the whatever that long skinny one is. I think it's like a gymnastics, like pommel horse maybe? I don't know. But I put 2 of the bikes in, just 1 bench press, just 1 basketball hoop. I put 1 rock climbing wall in there, and 2 pull-up bars. Put 1 up against this left wall and 1 over by the window. I don't think I put any benches in here. Oh, I put an exercise bench in because there's 1 bench that they don't do anything on, and then there's an actual exercise bench that they will use. So this is me putting the rock climbing wall in. I really like that the rock climbing wall is like an asset to put in here. I think it's really neat. I think my university had a rock climbing wall. I think. I might be wrong about that. It's been so long since I feel old now. Like something makes me want to say they did have one. I'm probably very wrong about it though. I'm gonna have to ask somebody else who used to go to the gym. I love rock climbing. I want to rock climb more often. Um, I'm checking out just if there's anything else that adds learning power. I think these dumbbells and stuff, these are all just, for aesthetics. They're just props to increase the attractiveness of the room, but they take up space, and we're not really on a sandbox mode yet, so that's not my priority. I do want to make it look nice, but um, we're really focused on our gameplay here. I'm limited on money. I think it just unlocked that food posters group because it's been sitting there for a while, and I just tossed that in. Something for the wall that is, reflecting something about health. That was the closest I can find. Healthy eating, whatever. So I'm gonna hire that countercultural studies teacher, and that's Maisie Hawk. I think was the one I went with, because she was clean. I think. Yeah, she was clean. I think the other one was like a litter bug or something. Yeah, bin blindness. He drops litter. I didn't feel like dealing with that, so I got Maisie Hawks for the musicality teacher. And I think next up was the um, dorm. I think. So we throw in a dorm, a library, bathroom, shower to get started. Very quickly, I do expand out this library. Oh, staff room. Duh. I popped this in this corner. Figured it was a nice spot. Was gonna go small, but I couldn't figure out something else that would be small to fit in that random spot, so I just made it big. Why waste the space? Plopping in the usual couches and chairs. I didn't do anything special for this one. Not even really changing the colors of things. I just wanted to get it going. So just lamps, rug, couches, chairs, cubby holes. What else did I put in here? I think I put a dartboard. I think that was like the one entertainment thing I put in. Nothing absurd. I don't even think I put food in here. Yeah. This would be me just looking around, figuring out. I put a staff room to sport in. But yeah, then that, and that was it for the staff room, staff lounge, whatever you want to call it. I didn't do anything amazing about it. Oh, I just noticed that the door to the recording studio is like a piano keys. That's cool. I like that. Just moving around these benches. Tried to color match them a little bit. I think I had another green one to the left off screen. Yeah, there. I'm gonna move that over. Get two more. Just some places for them to sit and chill, which is nice. Popping on some extra food and drink just at this corner here. That way they're not having to go all the way into the student union to get something. And I went with the one that gives them some energy. That way they're not having to use the dorms as much, which is, the more things that pull double duty in this game is great. Like, I talked about it while I was recording this, but I was going to put in a book club at some point. That way they can learn quicker, and probably the like napping one. And at this point, I was trying to figure out, could I squeeze, this hallway is huge, and I was like, can I squeeze something in here along on this upper side to thin out the hallway? But I really didn't like it being only one tile for the hallway, especially with the benches there. And ultimately I just gave up on this at some point. I just shoved them to the left in that corner, and left it as a large. At some point I might put some coffee kiosk or hot dog kiosk there with an actual assistant. This is when I was like, nah, this is not going to work. But yeah, and this is where I just put it down here. So we put the main hunk of the bathroom here, and I put a little hallway onto it. That way I could put the shower room next to it as well. So we stretch it out to here, and we move that door to the end of the hallway. And then the shower room is going to go to the left in that space right there. I think that's a 4x4 space or 3x2 space. 3x2 space. So we're gonna put some sinks in here and some hand towels, hand dryers. God, I can't speak. Yeah, and I think I throw a poster in as well, just a Scrubbing Bubbles one. Brings it up to a level of a 3-star, 3-star bathroom, which is nice. As far as our goals, I was confused at first because I was like, I read this as have 150 students, and I was like, oh my god, for 1 star, that's a ton of students because we only start out with like 20 or something like that. I think it's like 10 per course if you're on level 1 course, but it's level up 150 students, which that flies by very quickly. Because they're going to the library. I made sure to put all those things into those classrooms, in the gym. Plus, they get XP. One of the things, the second one, complete 3 open mics. That's a new thing you can throw in the student union, like a little party, and that will also give them XP while they're doing it, which is really cool. We gotta have 3 of those, and then we need to train 1 staff member to level 5 in musicality. That's the one I'm kind of dragging my feet on because I didn't get a training room up for a little bit, because I was really focusing on the basics. I think the next episode we're gonna have a training room, and then campus level 15, and that one's just gonna come along with as we hire more people and put more stuff into this campus. So working on the dormitory now, just the standard setup of beds and wardrobes, shift robes. I don't know. My mom called them a chifforobe, but I'm not. I feel like that wasn't a word, but I vaguely recall like sometime in this last year figuring out something about that word. I'm gonna Google it real quick because chifforobe. It was something that blew my mind, and I can't remember what it was. I feel like I saw it on TikTok or something. But anyways, whatever you want to call it, I think shift robes don't have shelves inside them. I think wardrobes have like shelves inside them. Shift robes, you're just hanging stuff up. And I think we're just gonna finish this off with some desks, or not. Do I? Do I put more beds in here? Oh, I guess I put more beds in here. More beds and wardrobes. Do I put a desk in here? I honestly don't know. Or did I miss it? I feel like I put at least 1 desk in here. At this point, just putting a bunch of posters up, bringing that level up, and did I put rugs? Yeah, I put 2 right there. I don't think I put a desk in this one. Oh, I did. I just missed it on the recording. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so I got 1 desk in there, but just putting some posters up. I think that was the last one. And go ahead and build that. And then the next room we build is going to be the library, which when I build this, you'll see I left this kind of funky place in there, and I was like, I'll extend the dorm out if I need it at some point, or I'll extend the library out because I couldn't figure out what was going to be a nice fit in there. It was like 2 blocks and very long. It was the width of the dormitory and the gym, how that they're all the same width, but it was only 2 blocks high. And I was like, I don't know anything that's going to fit in there very nicely. So we wound up just extending the library out because the library gets really busy. So we're going to put this here. Just, you see me drag it back a bit to there. And I should have just started it off with the full space, to be honest. I think I was being optimistic by trying to leave that space open, but that's whatever. pop that door in, put that reception desk down, which while I was building this, I found out there was a um, like a large reception area. I didn't place it because I was, low on cash, and it was like $8,000 by itself. So I don't know if it requires an assistant like this normal one does, or if you have it, if you don't need the normal reception desk, or if it's just a prop you place down. It does increase their learning power by quite a bit. I think it's like 8%, which is really nice. Um, but I haven't gotten to play around with it yet, so at some point we'll see. Just putting 2 of each minus the records cubicle, which I do put in records cubicle later on. So 2 study cubicles, 2 textbook cubicles, and 2 computer cubicles. Do I put in the book display? Yes, I do put in the book display. And I think we start off with 2 general studies bookshelves, and you put the library notice board in there. You see, right next to the library, that is the giant library reception. I unlock it, but I don't get to place it down. But I don't think it uses an assistant. I think it's just like a bookshelf, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna line up the bookcases down here, so to the general knowledge. I don't remember if I do it now, but at some point I do unlock the musicality bookcases. That's all I've unlocked so far, and you'll see that later on. But that gets placed in at some point. And at this point, see there that I'm canceling out the upgrade because I'm going to put some more stuff in here because I know they're going to make heavy use of this library because the main gameplay of this was making sure their XP is up, and they come in here and do assignments. So I don't want them lining up. I want them to be able to get their assignments done as quick as possible. That way they can keep on churning out XP increases. So we're going to hire an assistant, which I don't have a library one, which is unfortunate. So we just got a normal marketing assistant, and I went ahead and grabbed a security janitor because they kind of hinted at it, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But I feel like there's going to be people like concert goers who come in here. It's going to be this level's version of like, the Knights from the other school, or the cheese ball fans who come in, and they're just going to trash up everything, I feel like. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have at least one janitor with security training on him. At this point, just going in and adding a bunch of bins and hand sanitizer, because I feel like a common goal across all these levels is like make sure their hygiene is like at least 70% or something. And they have problems going to the bathrooms and shower rooms to keep themselves clean, so you have got to like make sure these hand sanitizers are all over the place. So yeah, we've got both of these courses, which we upgrade musicality, and that gives us 15. So I think we're starting out with 10 and 15, so 25 students, which is not bad. And I think this is the point where I was like 150 students, we're only gonna have 25, and then I realized it says level up, and I felt like a dummy, but that's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on the Mike Nights. So I just go ahead and plan out 3 per year. I set them for repeats. One at the beginning, one towards December, I think one in April or something like that. And I put them all on repeat. That way, yeah, I'm looking around for them, but I haven't unlocked it yet because I didn't unpause the game. But when I do unpause the game, I think I start the next school year, and that's when it shows me unlocking the Mike Night. But I schedule 3 of those a year to get it going, so we knock out that real quick within our first year. And we're already at level 4 for our campus level. I'm not sure the point of all this, because like you can't sell it for money. It's not like the Peverly Ruins where you could sell the columns and stuff that were on the other lots for money. These you just get rid of, which I thought was interesting. I was like, "You that big bulldozer is not going to give me any money." Okay, um, but yeah. So let's see. I'm talking about something here, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is kind of what's frustrating about me recording, because I record differently when I'm talking, when I'm actively talking, right? You can see my mouse hovering over all these things, and I probably wouldn't be spending this much time doing whatever this is if I was just doing the voiceover. But c'est la vie. We don't add any of those in. This is what I'm considering what to put in here. Technically, I could put in a tuition room, but it would be so long. And I'm like, what would I do with that? Because I didn't want to have that random open space there. But I think when we get the school year going in the next episode, that library fills up, and I'm like, whoa, I need to be bigger. I need more stuff in here. Because I think we, like, within, like, the first, like, 2 or 3 months, we started getting the overcrowded alert on the library room, because they were all in there, which was insane. Yeah, I think I'm just talking about my plans for that at some point, either expanding the dorm or extending the library. But I've already spoiled, what's gonna happen. So this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you